Hello, 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 everyone. How are you all? Hopefully, you're all doing well. So, tonight we're returning to our playthrough of Vampyr. Shit! Shit, shit, shit.
I'm sure Albert would like to know he's been accepted by the Wet Boot Boys.
As long as you have the money.
I cannot enter.
Oh shit, she just... Ooh. Ooh, okay, okay. We don't want to mess with that at this time. We're not high enough level for that. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. We'll come back for that. That was, that was something else entirely. So much as I would like to have been able to beat that, she just like getting close to her. You know you're not in a good spot when just getting close to an enemy is, killing you. That's an enemy that you just really don't want to mess with.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
No, you didn't see me. Okay. And I'm still not in the right area.
I'd head back if I were you, sir. He's mine! It ain't human! Kill it! Murdering bastard!
Kind of like that.
Burn it, boys!
How are you doing here, Ellie?
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
Okay. So now I gotta go back over there. Ah, nice. Enjoying Dark Cloud at the moment? Oh, that's good.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances, and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
I might have to look into Dark Cloud at some point.
But
Oh, so many games, not enough time.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
Don't you think we have enough work already? Perhaps now is not the best time to be chasing shadows.
Chasing shadows, really? It's funny those words coming from the only doctor here who has spent more time outside this hospital than in.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With
It
the
is.
influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so
I'll take a
difficult
look at
to
it.
work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
Although I did just get one of the early Prime deals. There's a somewhat decent TV for a good price on Amazon here right now for Prime members. 43-inch. 43-inch 4K Ultra HD TV for what it come out to be like $200 or something like that. To my medical desk. Ah, this is my medical
Strickland's
desk.
project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
So, should I report him or should I give him the medication? Chat, what is your thoughts on this?
Don't worry, sir. Everything's going to be fine.
No, that's not the option. Option is to report or give him the medication.
The life running in your veins. It's getting rich. You'll be alright.
Well, no, I won't eat him and then report him, but I will go report him.
Damn it! Why is this so difficult every time? That is better. That is better. I will make it through one more night.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, so we're giving him the medicine then. Got it.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive? Or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
No!
It's locked, all right. It's locked. It's locked, all right. At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula.
Well, no, not really. It just depends upon what you're trying to go for. Okay. Let's track this investigation. thing I have to go into this building to get to it. Get off!
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps?
Possibly.
The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. It's locked.
I figure if we do some of these investigations and get some of those out of the way, we learn more and might be able to do some more things with a little more ease. But the goal tonight is we'll play a couple hours of this, and then we'll do a little bit of Genshin Impact. I mean, granted, that is getting to be more and more tempting to do. Eating several of these doctors is getting more and more tempting to
Good
do.
evening, Doctor.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
To clear Dr. Tippett's name must be the decision of Dr. Swansea. You can't take matters into your own hands.
I respect Dr. Swansea's authority and management, but he's no idea what happens here on a daily basis. I did what I had to do.
Tell me, nurse, did you know Dr. Tippett was addicted to medication?
I suspected this behavior for some time, but never dared to ask him about it. Until the day he confessed to me.
Do you approve of his addiction?
Of course I don't approve. But I understand he needs it to fight the exhaustion. Let's hope he'll stop injecting himself once the epidemic is over.
And what if he doesn't?
Then we'll have to convince him to stop.
I don't think so
I
either.
believe he's still in control of his addiction for now, but we must remain vigilant.
Why would he confess to you about his addiction, Nurse Brannigan?
Don't you know you doctors can't hide anything from a nurse? We're always there, even if you don't notice us.
Do you consider yourselves our confessors, Nurse Brannigan?
I wouldn't dare, Dr. Reed, but I'm intrigued. How did you discover Dr. Tippett's secret?
What can I say? I seem to have a knack for discovering secrets.
And for hiding them as well.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Where's Corcoran? Where is that jackass? I don't know who you are, but I haven't talked to you yet.
It's locked, all right. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague. Are you a doctor, too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Are you?
Why,
Sir.
how after
Not sure you're really going to have a whole lot.
you were... Yes, because
What?
it was first...
Have we?
I don't think...
When we first...
Funny...
Up.
Yes, sir. I'm very...
What kind?
With the quarantine...
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death?
No. I believe we must do all the
No,
good we can
no.
while alive, for our time is short.
We
and the
need
obstacles
nurses.
Are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
We need
I don't
nurses and
think so.
doctors in this world.
Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live
Granted,
a
they need to
long
be better than
life.
the ones we got,
But
but
everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed, I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
I like him. What do you got for
Please
trade?
show me what you have.
Of course.
Ooh. There's an event I can see. If I can figure out how to get to it.
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir. And I thank you for your generous donation.
Not as much.
It's locked.
Where the hell is Tippets? Or, yeah. That's Swansea. Oh, I missed the event.
I will not let you down. I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
But the suffering continues.
Discuss on every street corner. The daily routine.
This jackass has to be around here somewhere. Where the hell did this guy disappear to? There he is.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news?
I know you're taking drugs, Corcoran. Why take such a risk?
I need it to endure the long shifts. We have no idea how long the epidemic will last. We can't let it win.
For God's sake, what are you thinking? How can you be so irresponsible?
Irresponsible? I am devoted to my work. I am doing this for all the patients who need our help. I cannot abandon them.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
The patients are not fools. They know we are overwhelmed.
Are those my only options? Yeah.
By this horrifying
Good evening, Dr. Tippett. I will...
I don't know what...
You didn't...
Then I can...
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Okay. Let's go do this. Try and do this investigation again. enjoy. Potato salad's usually a pretty tasty treat. I don't know whether I'd enjoy bacon being in it. But I mean, that might be appealing still. Ow. See, I'm not that big a fan of bacon.
Die, vermin!
I mean, I like just plain bacon on its own, but usually when you add it to other things, it's like it's not as interesting. I don't know, maybe it's just like the artificialness of the added flavoring, or like I don't appreciate the uh, bacon bits and certain things. It's just like it doesn't seem to mix well to me with a lot of things people put it in. Just plain bacon on like some bread or on a burger. That's pretty good. I will love that.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft.
I need blood.
I have made inquiries about the men who were tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of courage. Speak, Doctor. Why are they hunting me down?
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadows.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time. Perhaps I will allow you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Thank you. I'll keep that proposition in mind. I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
So many deaths. Not of my own life.
Okay. Let's go do these real quick. Unfortunately, the really big problem in this area, I can't go take care of because it's way too strong.
Please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Evidence of trickery. Unable to see the true horror around you.
Step back, sir.
We'll just deal with you.
Get up, it's ready. Bad one. Want some of this?
Ow! I'll return the favor. Where is this stupid box?
This could be the box
There it is.
Lewis thought he lost. There's a letter inside. A love letter from Joe Peterson's wife, addressed to Barrett Lewis. Who should I give it to, I wonder?
That is a good question. Who should we give it to, chat? Should we give it to Barrett Lewis, who's sleeping with some other guy's wife?
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You play for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right? It's not my call, Barrett.
So we retrieved a box for this Lewis guy, who is apparently, if I read that letter correctly, Barrett, this guy, had an affair with the other guy's wife. And our options are to tell them who's who. This guy's a really kind of scummy fella. Like, he's someone I'm seriously considering eating, but I don't have a high enough mesmerized level to do it.
You again? What do you want this time?
I think the documents in this box could be of some interest to you.
Really? Where'd you get it?
I found it in an abandoned building nearby. I thought you might want to keep these letters.
Let me see. Ah, letters about my boy. Thank you, sir.
You do not appear surprised or pained by this.
Surprised about what? Harry's my son, I'm his father, and that's all there is to know, don't you think?
Yes, I suppose you're right.
Here's a little something for your trouble. And to remind you to keep your mouth...
Oh, well, he took that pretty well in stride.
Have you
I saw her wandering the street.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Let your guard down, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, young man.
Sorry, no.
You're
So my father... Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
So,
I'm not... I'm fine. My father...
Forget...
Why should... That's exact...
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't you just leave this place? Have you ever spoken to your father about it?
No.
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing.
I
and
nicknamed
saw
him
terrible
Chirgo.
things.
I don't know what that.
Bloody and frightening
I'm sure
things.
that has
So
some sort of
that's why
meaning.
you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
And this is apparently his kid.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to your family? To your mother?
Not really. I was too young. But I remember it was a happier time. Mr. Lewis was funny. He often had dinner with us.
How was he towards you?
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot my birthday. He always offered me books. I liked books.
Why are you sad then?
Because it hurts to remember a time when my father used to laugh and smile. It hurts to realise he's as sad as me now.
Have you...
No, but
Goodbye, young man.
is there only pain and suffering in this world?
You got stuff I can steal. Out of my way.
It's locked.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Okay, so... I'm trying to remember where these guys are at. Remember correctly, they were back this way.
Proven by many.
I'm gonna give it to you because this was you.
I'm not your boy, alright? Never heard of her.
I found...
I knew it!
This...
You're all...
Goodbye, young man.
See, that's just way outside my level range. As much as I'd like to go take on the former Nurse Crane, she kind of eats me way too easily.
Again, you pay for peace of mind.
For there is no protection against malevolence and trickery.
Oh wait, he's way, way over that way. I'm not even in the right area. I don't even know if I can go over there yet. Well, we'll go take a look here and see what we can do about that.
You are blinded by your false faith.
Good evening. It's a pit.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
There is something going on.
I cannot enter.
I don't know what. Like a secret.
Hello. Very well.
Well, we found a new hideout. That's always useful. I think we might be able to help him. If we can figure out a way down. You'll give me everything you got. I don't know why it's loading, but it has me worried.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Shaoshun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the bodies, I wonder? This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker. Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail. It's locked, all right. As I feared, Samuel no longer preaches the good word. Shouldn't you?
Maybe late.
Okay, now how do I get out of here? Because I should have paid more attention to how I got here in the first place.
Please, sir, can't let you through. I'd head back if I were you. Roll back to the hell back for you.
Okay, fine. That guy hurt. He hurt a lot.
Malevolence and trickery.
Good evening.
It's Father Whittaker. Have you all quite about you? Has it
What do you
be?
Good evening.
It's
I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes.
Once and for all.
He is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please
I have had a...
Okay. So, I guess we'll actually now go and actually do main story, because I don't got anything else to do at the moment.
It's locked, all right. Good evening, Mr. Petrescu.
I get up.
So you seem to have a lot on your...
I heard you are a famous...
I didn't use drugs. All
But what happened to her then?
Tell me everything.
I do not...
What?
I'm not... What? Yeah.
Are you living on this?
And why not?
What about...
My house is always open.
Why are you...
I remember the night you came here and...
Goodbye.
Shiny.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak. But I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you,
That is a
my
good
dear
question.
boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
I admit it did occur to me. Blood seems to be the common factor in all of this.
I totally agree. We're in uncharted territory here. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, but imagine the possibilities.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
Okay. What's going on there?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear. My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Okay.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Horrible, horrible things.
If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How is it possible? Tell me. Is it so easy to take a life every night, and then just smile and nod at those you spared?
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself.
Doesn't surprise me.
Have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends.
Well, yeah.
Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
I was not going to deal with that Reverend again. He hurt a lot.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
Just know, I cared for her.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen, but...
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
Pay me a glass and I'll be gentle. Pay me a bottle and I'll
Mine! I'll take it. Stay back, beast!
Ow!
We cannot be defeated!
Shit. How'd you two not get involved? I mean, I'm happy that neither of them got involved because one's a priest, which means they hurt. They rave.
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth.
You. I remember you.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land.
I'll do those here in just a moment.
Our champion.
You selected me. Chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
Hey, Saren.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Okay. So, I got... Yeah, I can see that. So I got 2 hydrates and some push-ups from Ellie. Okay, thank you. I will do the push-ups here in just a moment. There's the first hydrate. Give me just a moment to do the push-ups, and then I'll be back for the other. Again, thank you for the push-ups, Ellie, and I did perform the 2 hydrates as well. Oh.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the guard.
Leave him, Jonathan.
There's going to be problems.
Ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stone, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a
Yeah,
dead patient.
I agree.
Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this. If you don't...
I'd be Perhaps it was a...
It was a...
If you find anything...
He was
You need to be...
I read...
The
Is
the wrath of the Almighty?
It's hard to...
I'm sure Lady Ashbury...
Who was that?
Geoffrey McCullum. Actual leader.
They know...
I understand.
What do they...
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all...
What
Hampton Turn.
Are you...
There was blood everywhere.
How did...
McCullum.
Thank you. Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
So many deaths. And what of my own life?
Good evening.
Good evening.
What can you tell me about...
That Mr. Hampton?
And did you see all...
No. I was working by the
Where is Miss...
I don't know.
Did you see...
I think I saw...
Goodbye, nurse. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doc.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Everybody's afraid. Death has always been a frequent visitor. But murder? How can we cope with that?
As a nurse at this hospital, it is your duty to deal with these things as best you can.
Yeah. Until it's my turn to have blood spread all over the walls. I entered the room first, Dr. Reed. I've seen what that monster did to the woman.
Well...
Goodbye. What on earth happened here? Good evening. Can you tell me anything about recent events at the hospital?
Before the shouts and the noises, I think I heard whispers coming from the stairs. 2 voices, maybe more.
Did you recognize the voices? What did they say?
I couldn't hear. Sounded like they were arguing or something.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Albert. Good evening.
I need blood.
Is there anything you can tell me about the recent commotion?
It does.
Many things can happen under cover of night, Dr. Reed. But I took
It's
no
kind of why I'm
part in
kind of
this
asking
matter.
around a little
But
bit.
did you see or hear anything?
I can't say I did. But the smell of fresh blood almost made me faint, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
Goodbye now. Good evening.
Good evening.
Goodbye. I'm... Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of curing the Spanish flu by himself?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly, I don't know which is worse.
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Nothing like this would have happened if we'd had enough staff and proper shifts.
So you don't think the blame is ours?
We all hold fast here, Dr. Reed. Our methods may differ, but we are all trying to make a difference.
Thank you for your time.
I'm all right.
Good evening, Doctor.
Don't waste your time with me.
What can you tell me?
It's a disgrace.
Goodbye.
I really don't like either of you.
Good evening.
I'm okay.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
I had shouting coming from the first floor. I was asleep when it started.
I have to...
Doctor.
Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me.
Tell me...
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Please, tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital.
I heard Miss Jones call for help from her bedroom. There were some loud noises, like people fighting. All of a sudden, it went quiet. And then the nurse started screaming.
Do you know who the nurse was?
Not sure, but I think it was Nurse Hawkins.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Huh, okay. Thought I was hearing some odd noises, so figured I'd come check it out.
Good evening. How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree if they could speak.
Whatever your motives, you're making money by stealing from the dead. Dr. Swansea should be informed.
No offense, sir. but Dr. Swansea is one of my customers. As I told you, I like to help people, and everybody needs help from time to time.
Can you tell me anything about recent events in the hospital?
Oh, goodness me. This whole story is such a shame, sir. I have no idea how it happened.
What are you talking about?
Poor Miss Jones. Her body is missing. Someone stole it.
Miss Jones's body has gone missing?
Yes. The body was brought here this morning, and now it's gone.
Who could have stolen a corpse?
That's exactly what I asked myself for the whole day. Who could do such a thing? These are terrible and shameful times, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What? As in?
Okay, well, I think the only...
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good...
Oh, Jonathan. I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman. Butchered by some savage scowl.
Would you care to partake in this meal with me?
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, for there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
Plan on it.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with...
Now that's quite a question.
Is this a sign?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan.
Aren't you?
Very little scares me.
Have you embraced this woman?
Her name was Amelia. And no...
Is there sufficient vitality in the...
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at...
Temptation surrounds...
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned...
Thank you, man. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doc.
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Someone killed Miss Jones in her room, and Mr. Hampton's gone missing. Doesn't take a genius to piece it together.
You don't seem shocked by any of this.
Why should I be? Whoever did this must be long gone by now. Besides, he got rid of the old bag.
Goodbye, Milton.
sir.
Good evening.
Dr.
What will you do after your resignation? Do you have a plan?
I always fancied visiting Cyprus.
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital?
It's a tragedy, pure and simple.
Do you think I should not have brought...
It's not your fault. You...
Goodbye.
You relax. There's nobody here. I'm supposed to be the paranoid.
Sometimes you act like a real jerk, you know that?
Come on, Ozzy, don't be like that.
What, like what? Like someone who felt betrayed by the man he loves? Did you ever even try to find me? Rescue me?
No, it's not like that. I wanted to. I was so afraid to leave the hospital, not to be seen with you.
We survived this shit together. That's all that matters. I know you did your best.
Well, that was unexpected.
Fuck the war, right? And fuck them all. Fuck the war. Fuck them all.
Well, at least they have each other.
I cannot enter.
The door was open.
Hello.
I'm a Turk.
What's can you...
Rats.
You are
I'm not...
perhaps...
Could you...
What?
Whoa. No. Yeah.
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
They started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, my fingers, lips. Couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies.
Well, I kind of do.
Fucking vermin eating your flesh.
Well, not that part.
Oswald. He found me and saved me.
How do you feel about Oswald Thatcher? You are more than friends, aren't you?
I love him. I love Oswald. We knew we wouldn't survive the war without each other. But I am terrified, Doctor.
What frightens you so much?
What if people find out? Oswald says I'm ashamed, but it ain't that. It's more, well, you know, never thought I'd love a man.
Enjoy your love. And enjoy life as long as you can, Mr. Blight. Don't let anyone tell you who you should love or how you should love them.
I appreciate your kind words, sir.
And that's the
But it ain't that
truth.
easy. It's all so new to me.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight.
Should be grateful for his luck instead of taking...
Hello again.
Yes.
No. I understand.
No.
What?
Newton, what?
Tell... Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical help?
I don't trust doctors. All they care about is their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime. Hospitals reek of chemicals and death.
What I need is fresh air.
Do you want to talk about...
No!
An irrational...
Well, Dr.
When I rescued you, you expressed joy at seeing the sky again. So I'm inclined to believe you were trapped or buried somehow. Maybe during a shelling.
Jeez, you're good, Doc. You're really good.
Go on, please. Tell me more about it.
Newton and I were trapped in a circulation tunnel after an artillery attack. We were buried alive for several days without ever knowing if we'd be found.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
Well, that sounds...
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society.
Yeah, society usually
The world
doesn't...
needs people like you to create change.
Doesn't like
What
change.
we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
Why should...
I'm not, I said.
Newton is conflicted about his feelings towards you. Would you like to talk about it, Oswald?
It makes me sad and angry. It feels like the beautiful thing we have is somehow tainted. It hurts to see him so lost.
His love for you is genuine.
Newton still has to accept it.
Oswald, tell me...
It was more than dark.
What you endured was terrifying.
It did not.
Shameful. Say it.
I thought about what I could do to survive.
Goodbye.
Any new...
You and Oswald were buried alive during the war. Tell me about it.
Yeah. It was last summer. A shell hit our trench and we were buried for a week.
Oswald seemed far more traumatized than you by the event.
It wasn't the first time it happened to me. And surviving it again gave me strength. You believe that?
How did you...
Luckily for us, it were rash...
Goodbye, Mr.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. So I gotta get down here.
Good evening.
Who the fuck?
Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, some fancy.
So you won't?
The name is Booth Dick.
I...
Summit.
So Doctor? I
could kill you for saying that.
So,
What? Have you got a death wish?
well, yes. You...
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The wet boot boys work for me.
Oh, I can't mesmerize him.
What can you tell me?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us.
Well, you're not doing a very good job.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time.
More efficient, really.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Goodbye. It's locked. Good evening.
Who are you?
As I just told you, I'm a
The
doctor.
Pembroke Hospital, you say? I don't have any money for you.
I'm not here for
Miss Edwina Cox. So
What do you got for sale?
as long as you have...
You don't have anything I really want.
Good evening.
Hello again.
You still...
Why shouldn't I?
Are you aware...
Yes. I'm sure he thought...
What
I'm a
gang member...
If you're in...
You're quite blunt.
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity.
I'm not in...
Fair enough.
Since my
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed.
What can you tell me?
You can't trust anyone.
Really? Don't you...
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Ooh, Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Behind all your crude words and your attitude, I sense romance and a soft heart, Miss Cox.
Romance? I have no time for such rubbish. I use Booth like I use everyone else.
Tell me about the man you...
The bastard killed one of us and received...
What?
I don't.
So you have...
No one.
And you're...
Violent.
So you just...
Yes, Don.
Booth, Dig...
You have no idea. What is it?
Behind...
Romance.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Goodbye.
Pleasure, sir.
You again.
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more to it than
There's gotta be more to
No,
it.
really. One of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
I think you're wrong. Maybe the docks have always been violent. But you can't say the living don't suffer because of it.
And then what? Let the commies and the anarchists rule? Nah. We're the wet boot boys. Our fathers died on these docks and they belong to us.
Goodbye.
Mark my
Not a
word.
drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
Oh, great.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady. Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
Nope.
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who
are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton. Vampire
Oh, there for a moment I thought he was going to say
extraordinaire
Ichabod Crane.
and Warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton.
You don't
I'm
realize how
Dr.
close.
Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
What
did you? But it's my.
So
I put.
Yeah.
Can I?
Actually,
are you asking me to pay?
If you wouldn't mind.
How do you identify?
It's simple, really.
Have you ever killed?
Of course I have. What?
Have you heard of the god?
Of course.
Were you?
I did think about it, but.
So you?
Vampires are just.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom.
I could make you tell me.
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that...
Goodbye. Evening, miss.
Well,
I'm much...
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle, then.
What can
People...
you look...
This is a bad...
If...
I got response.
This...
We get people of all...
So that...
Yeah.
You're...
Yeah.
Excuse my curiosity.
Something bothering you?
I'm sorry if I worried you.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay.
Believe me, I never...
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me.
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to.
And yes, well, I mean, it's just like...
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
I don't think everyone fully realizes just how strange their world is in this game yet.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me?
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot...
Yes, you had definitely drunk too...
I'm Dyson Delaney.
What? Why do...
Maybe it's because I preferred...
You sound...
That's big.
Don't you...
I'd love to.
He's a drunk.
Is there any...
That's it. Let me...
All right.
A few years ago, when I believe...
What kind?
It was a bomb.
You lost people.
I've lost everything.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. If...
Is there...
How dare you?
What?
Sinister. Let me...
An...
Sure. No.
Do you...
No.
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor. Make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day.
Do you believe in a...
I do not believe in much anymore, Doc.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
No,
I
he probably
don't
doesn't.
know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint.
Goodbye. Good evening.
Good evening.
You remember?
Of course I do. You're that man.
Thank you for your...
I'm still Tom Watt.
What?
That's not...
Who? How is...
Oh, something.
Since...
Perhaps...
How could doctors aren't...
Oh, thank you, sir.
You're something...
I'm only pouring alcohol for...
Why does your waitress feel in danger working on the docks?
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as always. Sabrina is a brave girl, but she can't help feeling in danger.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way? Are you not worried about her safety?
Of course I am. The truth is, she's tougher than me deep inside. She just has to learn to control it.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right.
Please.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin.
The important thing is I find him. Quickly.
Why not try his night asylum?
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest.
Goodbye, Miss...
Times like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to sell one.
Okay, so now we just gotta get
Seems like the guard of Prewell is on Sean Hampton's trail, too.
Bloody cry! Die, vermin! I'll send you to hell. Let's go!
Give me all your blood.
I'll send you to hell.
Damn it! Come on, load. There you go.
Get their weapons ready! We found one! Burn it, boys! Die, vermin!
Give me your blood.
Crush the leech, boys! Want some of that?
This fight sucks.
Some of this. Die, vermin! Crush the leech, boys! Die, beast! Die, vermin! It's all you, sir. Burn it, boys! Die, vermin! I hate leeches! Crush the leech, boys! Bloody cry!
God, this fight's taking forever.
Burn it, boys! Bloody monster! Die, vermin! Yeah! I hate leeches!
Give me your blood.
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
figure out how to get to where I want to be.
I cannot enter.
Watch yourselves!
Nope, I don't want to be here. You guys are on your own with that. Have fun. Okay. So I would have to deal with that much higher level thing in order to go through that way. Got it. That's very much not a fight I wanna take part in. So we shall find another route. Actually, no. Better yet.
Lisa, can't let you through.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your...
That's quite judgmental of you.
It is.
I've led enough strikes when I...
As I...
Ah.
What?
Course.
What could...
Tell you what.
If...
Oh?
You... Oh no, Miss Paxton.
All right. You bet. Those. A few.
What really happened?
I drank.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness?
No.
I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Well, it's locked. It's locked, all right.
What have we here? Lost your horse, Governor? Or are you just out of your
Good
mind?
evening.
A fancy...
And what about you?
You want to know my secret? As long as... Mr.
What?
It's just that...
What can you...
It may be...
You...
No. Well,
I...
glad to...
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help?
Help me?
Mr.
Come on.
Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Why the long face, Doctor?
Is it all that worries you, Sean? My long face? Really?
This is a blessing for me, to become a Skal. Immortality gives me more time and energy, if truth be known, to run a shelter. What more could I want?
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Interesting.
Why return here?
This is my home.
Wonders never cease. Skal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you. Yet you restrain.
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith. My will is far stronger than his.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost, separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
Very well. You have definitely intrigued me. I hope you're right, Sean.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I'll surrender myself to your judgment.
Okay.
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate further.
This is not a place for you, sir.
Oh, shit.
Last warning, sir.
Oh, shit. Well, fuck me running.
Stay back!
The priest scared me there. The priest really scared me there on that. It's like, I keep wanting to just stop and go do some things on Genshin, because it's like, I know I need to go do stuff to actually have stuff to do on there. But it's just like, the story is very compelling. I keep wanting to see more of it.
It's locked, all right. That doesn't work.
Oh, I didn't say it was going to hurt anyone's feelings. It's just my own.
So that's it. These wheels control the water level. That doesn't work.
Okay. Nice.
That gate should shut properly now.
Great.
It's locked.
Why would you drop down there?
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again. The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally, a touch of lucidity. So learn to respect the laws of Ascalon. Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon?
Ow, he hurts.
Virgil Banch, the hand that crushes all. Power you can't comprehend. This is all! And thine shall be a fair skull to adore!
Damn it! Okay, I think I need to actually go back and evolve. I think I've kind of hit the limits of what I can do at this level. Because boy does he hit hard. So I'll go rest, and then I'll switch games here for a little bit. Okay, let's spend some points. Okay. Increase the healing just a little bit. No. Okay. 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 We'll be right back, and we'll play some Genshin.